Today we're going to answer the question, are the CPF changes for 2022 good for you and me? Because this new change has come to the market. 5 changes to CPF rules, more flexibilities for transfer. That applies mainly to those who are under the retirement sum scheme. As a working adult, if you are also roughly around my age group, it's probably not applicable to you. Quicker disbursement of funds. That is a faster payout for a CPF member who deceased. That is good, so no need to dispute about that. But let's zoom in on the part on tax relief, because that could impact your pockets directly, correct? And maybe you have been looking for ways to reduce your tax bill. So let's look at what's stipulated over there. Under simplifying tax rules, we'll read that now the tax relief cap is 7,000 for RSTU, retirement sum topping up scheme. And tax relief is actually given to the recipient of the medisave top up instead of the giver. So moving forward from 1st January 2022, the tax relief for top-up of medisave will be given to the giver instead of the recipient. In any case, if you are depositing to your own medisave, you are the giver and you are also recipient. But if you are contributing to your spouse, to your parent, then you are the giver and they are the recipient. The combined tax relief cap has been raised to 8,000. And take note, it's a combined cap, which means 8,000 either to the special account or retirement account or the medisave account. It is not that you can contribute 8,000 to your spouse special account and then 8,000 again to your spouse medisave account for a total of 16,000. It's not. Combined cap of 8,000 for loved ones. But if you add in the 8,000 for your own cap, then the total can indeed rise to 16,000. So today, if you're looking for answers as to how this tax relief cap can be of your benefit, I've actually 5 scenarios planned out for you. So if you're interested, continue watching on. Hi guys, welcome back. Without further ado, let's dive on to 5 scenarios that you can benefit from. Now let's pull up the old infographics that CPF actually produced. And what I'd like you to zoom in is actually the top left, which is contribute to medisave account only with cash. That is tax deductible to the recipient. Again, this is the old infographics. So that leads to the first scenario of today. If you have an elderly dad, elderly mom, what does this actually mean and how do the changes actually look like? So assuming now that you contribute 8,000 to your dad's medisave account, it's your dad that gets the tax relief, not you. And that's no point, correct? Because maybe your dad is retired already. But with this new change moving forward to 2022, you as the giver will be the one getting the tax relief. So it's good. But you may be thinking, anyway, it looks the same, correct? Because on the top right, you can actually contribute to your dad's retirement account to get 7,000 tax relief. So 2022, 8,000 combined relief is just like 1,000 more, correct? No big deal. But let me show you a very important clause. When you top up to your elderly parents' retirement account, tax relief only applies to cash top-ups up to the full retirement sum. Which means if your parents have already the full retirement sum, it is true that you can top up to enhanced retirement sum for them, but that amount will not give you any tax relief. It is only top-ups to full retirement sum. And that's why when you have this option now to top up to their medisave or to their retirement account, if both accounts are empty, then yes, go ahead. Whichever account, 8,000 still works. In any case, retirement account and medisave account both gets 4% interest. One is for retirement and one is for medical needs. And if you don't know which to choose, maybe I can throw a quick suggestion. If both accounts are very depleted, my suggestion is to maybe prioritize the medisave account. Why so? Medisave can be used for insurance premiums such as CareShield Life, such as Integrated Shield Plan, and can be used for medical bills. And while it is true that if your parent goes to hospital, you can use your medisave to pay for that bill. But really, medisave account is there to help you when catastrophe hits your family. But on the other hand, if you top up to retirement account, eventually you get paid out on a monthly basis and the increment is just very small. So I'm actually along the lines of it being secondary to having enough for medical emergencies. Scenario number 2, your spouse has full retirement sum, but you're still looking to contribute to get tax relief for yourself also. I've actually seen before many private clients whose spouses have the full retirement sum, but not the basic healthcare sum fully met. There are a few reasons why. The first is health conditions. Chronic health conditions like cancer, like diabetes, they deplete the medisave account quite consistently. The other common reason is that the spouse has used medisave for their own family's needs, grandparents, children and stuff. So that's why if you have a spouse with the full retirement sum, now you can really consider contributing to their medisave account to get tax relief for yourself. In any case, do always note, medisave contribution has the basic healthcare sum cap. which is BHS. And as of 2021, the cap is $63,000. Scenario number 3, your loved ones has income and you're willing to contribute to them to get tax relief. The interesting part to this is the definition for loved ones, if I'm not wrong, is still not defined because medisave contribution to get tax relief to the giver is still pretty new. So I'm assuming the loved ones definition is still the same as the retirement sum topping up, which is parents, grandparents, parents-in-law, spouse, and siblings. And that's actually an important point that I'd like to share with you because just now we mentioned about contributing to spouse's special account, correct? Do you also know that to get tax relief when you contribute via retirement sum topping up scheme, your spouse must not have an income of more than $4,000 per year, which means also any monthly income of $350 will easily exceed that already. Or if there's any property rental income, that $4,000 per year is definitely going to be breached. Therefore, retirement sum topping up to special account cannot work to give you tax relief. But now again, when you're able to contribute to your spouse's or your loved one's medisave account, you can get tax relief as the giver. And that again assumes that the recipient's basic healthcare sum has not been met yet. Scenario number 4, which is if you have a lot in CPF already, this new change is beneficial to you. And before I get there, invite you to smash on like button because it's taken our team hours to prepare this presentation for you. And again, click on subscribe, especially if you want to find out more about retirement planning concepts. Now, if you look at your special account, you realize that it has been hardly used, correct? You cannot use it for mortgage contribution, you cannot use it for medical needs. And once you pass that full retirement sum, very likely you blow past it subsequently for the rest of your life. Which means the retirement sum topping up RSTU cannot be applied anymore. On the other hand, medisave account is capped at the basic healthcare sum. You'll not see anybody with $100,000 in medisave account simply because the cap for 2021 is $63,000. And that is why this change is going to be beneficial to you. There are a lot of opportunities to top up to your medisave account. Let me list a few for you to see. The first is, do you know that the medisave basic healthcare sum actually increases every year? This year 2021 is $63,000. What if 2022 is $66,000? That means from 1st of January 2022, you can actually potentially contribute $3,000 to your medisave account. And what's stopping you from contributing to your spouse also on the 1st of January? The other thing to note is medisave is used for so many deductions. You can deduct for your CareShield Life premium, you can deduct for your integrated shield plan premium, you may even deduct for certain medical needs. So throughout the year, there are actually many opportunities that your medisave is less than a basic healthcare sum, and those represent opportunities you can top up to your medisave. So that's why this change is hugely beneficial to you whether you are employed or self-employed. And take note again, the limit for tax relief is $8,000. Point number 5 applies if you are self-employed or a business owner. This current rule change separates the medisave contribution from the voluntary contribution limit, which means also that if you are self-employed or business owner, you can firstly contribute to your medisave, max it out to the basic healthcare sum first, and then do voluntary contribution. The annual voluntary contribution limit still stands at $37,740. So it's conceivable that you can tap on the $8,000 limit as well as the $37,740 limit moving forward from 2022. So hopefully throughout this presentation you have seen 5 scenarios that can potentially benefit you in terms of your search for tax relief. And again, if you're looking for more ideas on how to get tax relief, have you seen the sharing I've done on how I'm aiming for 80,000 tax relief? If you haven't, inviting you there, maybe can show you some more examples on how you can potentially save on your taxes. With that, I'll sign off from here and see you there too. Take care and goodbye.